It's another episode. It's been 1 week. Oh, I cranked my headphones up so loud, I just gave myself a concussion. Hi, everybody. It's Ken Napsok. Welcome to the Blathering. What number is this? 119? Maybe? 120? 118? It doesn't matter. I'm happy you're here as we get ready for Christmas week. That's right. Happy holidays to those that celebrate all the holidays, but for those who celebrate Christmas, and for the most part, that's me. I don't know if I celebrate it as just kind of nap through it, but the big week is coming. Game time. We're getting ready for Christmas kickoff, which probably was a couple weeks ago, but I don't care. We are here for a little bit, and yeah, I'm gonna acknowledge it right now. Yeah, I'm basking in the glow of a good beard trim today. Well, you know, sometimes you gotta just go with it. We want to shout out our buddy Jared, the Thai pilot. You know him, calling in all the time here and over on Force Center. He usually is in the live stream tonight. He's a staple, but he left a message saying, "Hey, have a great stream. Saying goodbye to my grandfather tonight, so pour one out for Raymond." So we're gonna do that. I'm not gonna pour it out, Jared. Your grandfather would be like, "Don't pour it on the ground." So what I'm doing is I have to work through these pre-mixed Jack and Cokes that you can get. Zero sugar, so I'm definitely sure there's something healthy in here. Jared, this first sip for your grandfather Raymond. May his legacy live on in you. You're part of our family here at the Blathering. So your loss is our loss. Cheers. Oh, that has some kick, like a grandfather when he would get upset at you because he wanted better for what you were doing. All right. We got some regulars checking in here. Addie's here. James Holmes checking in there, saying hello there and good night. One of these days, you know what, James, for the seconds that you're in here, one of these days, I'm going to go live earlier, lunchtime, so that you over there can get to enjoy a full show live. I'm sure you're watching replay. You're so generous when you pop in, but we're not going to leave you behind forever. We've got Laserbolt here. Laserbolt probably making some cool video on how to cook ribs in a trash can. Steve's here. David Mackay's here. And Vermont Mike as well. We are going to get to some calls here. If you are watching here, just swinging through, you want to call in, become a YouTube channel member. Thank you to all of you who helped me across 50 channel members, which is not necessarily all at the same time, but just over the lifetime of me doing memberships. It was just kind of a funny, silly little thing. And I was like, how do I pay that back? Oh, I know. You get to call in and other things, including the video version of my show, a Monday morning show. The big question is this week, am I going to do a Monday morning show this week? Sunday's kind of busy for me, and this is going to be an interesting challenge of, can I keep to what I've set for myself? That's one of my big things going into 2025. Lizardbolt says sipping eggnog in a snowstorm. Man, you know, I'm not saying Laserbolt's trying to hit on me, but you're kind of reaching for my heart right there, Laserbolt, with that. I'm looking at my picks at the top of the hour. I did not do good this week. Oh, dear God. Steve's going to call in and read me the riot act on my NFL picks this week. Before we get down to business, and by the way, tonight, ain't no business. James has gifted one a membership to the channel. I appreciate that, James. Oh, also, a couple things. So let's get to the poll. Let me take a sip of my Jack and Coke here. That was a pretty quiet sip. I'm a loud sipper. There was one former coworker at Defy Screen Junkies. Just didn't like me. We tried to be friends. She didn't like me because I'm a little bit of a slurper. And I admit it. I own it. I'm a slurper. And I didn't know I was doing it. And she got really upset at me in the office because you don't know you're doing it. It's a bad habit you have. And then I never worked in that office again. We would never be in the same office. We were friendly, but I would go work in the studio, the movie fight studio, and she would work in one of the other offices. Memories, Mr. Watercolor, Misty Watercolor memories. Okay. Addie says, rapid old odd-shaped Christmas gifts tonight. So annoying. Slurps is at 994. All right, the poll tonight, 12 votes are in. If you're watching, vote in the poll. Like this video. Let's defeat that algorithm. Says, I said here in the poll, what is the primary Christmas meat? I put 4 choices because, again, we're limited to 4. Ham, which I think's the answer. Some sort of rump roast, prime rib, and beef tenderloin. Now, the reason I went that direction here is, let me see, get this going here. Let's get this going. I went to this. I had this question. Will McLean says ham is the answer, and he might know that. So Butcher Boy, butcherboymarket.com. Give them a call. There's the phone number right there. The 5 meats of Christmas. So this poll is not necessarily the definitive poll. This isn't the answer that we all need. David McKay says turkey. I love turkey. I love turkey on Thanksgiving. I'll have it on Christmas. You got some gravy for me? I'm dipping. Let's do it. But to me, ham seems like the spiritual answer. But I typed it up into the old Google box, and this article from, again, don't know them, butcherboymarket.com. I don't know their politics. I don't know who they allow or refuse to serve. I don't know. So if there's something wrong with them, I don't know. I'm just saying I went to it because they have an article titled The 5 Meats of Christmas, and I thought that was beautiful. They have beef tenderloin, crown roast of pork, which sounds so highfalutin and complicated, prime rib, spiral ham, which is a great band from 1992. I think Noel Gallagher roadied for them. And holiday shortcut rump roast. And who doesn't love the word rump? Who doesn't love the word rump? So that got me thinking tonight about what is a Christmas meal? Because I was having this conversation with someone in my real life. This is kind of my real life, but my real life. And we just talk about what is the quintessential Christmas meal. And it's wide open. The field is wide open, and there might not be wrong answers. Vermont. I knew Vermont Mike. I did that joke for Vermont Mike, and the fact that Mike, you got it, means we're connected in our souls forever. Rads has an interesting point here. I can't be the only one that can't stand holiday food? ? Why can't Christmas food be a big pizza, bowl pasta, a curry? Rads, I'm with you. I say this, I've mentioned it a lot because it's part of my identity. And I say this half joking because I was not with Grace and Francis wasn't in my life, and I hadn't experienced Ratsy and Baxter. It was another lifetime ago. But I would say my favorite Christmas of all time was like my 2010 Christmas, where I sat at home alone and went and got Carl's Jr. and had a double Western bacon cheeseburger while playing Red Dead Redemption 1. That was my favorite Christmas. So Rads, to your point, yeah. You don't just have to be, a nice Jewish family to go out and get Chinese food on Christmas. You can do it too. And that might be, Thai food might be in the cards. Again, we had Thai food for Thanksgiving. Grace and I we haven't discussed it. But I wanted to know, Laserbolt says many Europeans have turkey on Christmas. See, the more you know. Force Coast Conversations, Anthony's here. The best Christmas I ever had was when I made a nice sirloin for myself. It was heavenly. I love this. So I'm with you, Rads. Maybe we can get a movement going for Christmas pizza. Christmas pizza might be what we need. Ken Plume says, I will do that Thai food holiday. It's just the tragedy. The tragedy is our 2 favorite Thai restaurants, one walking distance, one up on Barham, closed, gone, packed up, moved out. Economy took them. And there's another place nearby us, and Grace does not like the curry. She's a green curry fiend. And if you don't like your curry doesn't pass the test, we ain't eating there. So I am currently Thai food homeless. Serenity Jane says hello, first time on Ken's channel. Serenity, familiar with that username. You're popping up other spots, but I'm happy you're here now. If you want to call in, become a channel member, or support me at Patreon at patreon.com/KenApsock. Ken Plum says lasagna is also a holiday tradition. I have not had lasagna on a Christmas or Thanksgiving, but I want one. I think I'd be down for that. Corey says ham, smoked ribs, Hawaiian meatballs in my family. See, this is why I'm doing this poll, because I don't know the answer. I'd say ham, but that doesn't mean I'm even having ham. 15 votes in. Ham's the leader in the clubhouse, but I think this is a big other. This is a big other And I think that's where we'll be. Serenity Jane says 1 year we did a spiced pot roast and a slow cooker, chili powder, I don't even know that word. Coriander and cumin. I've heard that word. You ever see a word? I'm 48 years old. I think this is the first time I've seen coriander, but I've heard it. I've heard it on cooking shows. Forrest Gus says, I was yelled at my family once for suggesting having pizza on Christmas. They said it was blasphemous. Blasphemous to who? Who is that blasphemous to? Baby white Jesus? I bet if baby white Jesus was here, he'd be like, give me 2 slices. I'll get down on that. What brings joy other than like pizza? Get one of those big giant ones. We all have in our hometown. We have a couple. It's like a mini local chain in the Burbank, Studio City area. It's got pizzas so big they have to build a special like car to deliver it. You'll see it around town. It's like a little electric car, and it's got this giant like helicopter pad like storage thing on the top of the car. Big. I think it's like Big Mama's Pizza. That it's always some version of that, like Big Pete's giant Gigante's Pizza. That's a wrestling reference. Order that, Anthony. Order that. Anthony says, Forrest Goes conversation. I was told Jesus wasn't bored for pizza. I beg to differ. I beg to differ with that. All my years going to church, all my years studying the Bible. No, I've never seen evidence. First of all, Jesus didn't know what pizza was because I don't think it was around at the time. Maybe some early version of it that was probably boring. But even then, it was probably more fun than what they had. I believe Jesus would be okay with the pizza. Ken Bloom says, at the very least, you need to have solid dessert items in the house to snack on all day. Cookies, candy, pie, ice cream, whatever. Pick some up and have it for use too. Yeah. I think the desserts are the key. I do think Christmas is more of a dessert holiday. But here, how about this one? Plume will like this. 8984M says, hot take, Spam is a Christmas meat. Laserbolt doesn't even consider pizza a meal, more like a snack. A snack you can meal on? That's not even right. Anyways, fascinating conversation. I do want to I want to highlight something here. A couple weeks ago, it was really a couple months ago because time she flies. I was at a wedding for Jill and Sean Sullivan. Some of you might know Sully from the Schmodown. Jill was co-host of Molly Damon and her show. What was that? Happy Hour, the Happy Hour show with Jill and Molly. Been on the show a few times. Hopefully a version of it will come back. It was one of my favorite weddings. I loved this wedding. It was so good. And we had a great time. The reception was like 6.5 hours of pure party. And I actually, when I was there, to say I cut up a rug doesn't even account for what happened on that dance floor. But while I was there, I met a friend of a mutual friend named Courtney. Courtney was a key behind-the-scenes person on the Schmodown for the company that owned it for a while. And she had a friend named Mikkel, Mikel, Mikkel, who is a character designer, an illustrator, a visual development artist, and a fantastic person. Mikkel and I got along so wonderfully right away once we were in the same space. They are just an angel dropped from Spain. They're from Spain. Dropped right here in our laps for it was like a month. And they were with, Mikkel came with Courtney. And we were on the dance floor. We had such a great time. And towards the end of the night, they played Pink Pony Club. And Courtney and I did like an entire dance. And you in chat who know, we did like a dance musical number. Like it was karaoke / dancing. Courtney and I did this. And we didn't plan it. We just did it. And Mikkel had a fan, and we did this whole thing. So afterwards, Mikkel says, can I get your address? When I get back home to Spain, I want to send you some of my original art. And so I received the art today. It is original Chapel Roan inspired art, Pink Pony Club art. And I'm so in love with this. I'm going to hang this somewhere important. And I wanted to highlight Mikel's shop here. If you like something like this, check this out. Mikel's little art shop. It is a great little spot if you like stuff like this. And again, I'm such a fan of Chaperone. And it was so cool to be on the dance floor and just the spirit of Pink Pony Club. Whether or not, you love Chaperone's music or you love pop music or anything like that, different conversation. Different conversation. I'm there for the artist. I think Chaperone's one of the best artists to emerge in years. A true artiste. And I'm not saying Sabrina Carpenter isn't an artist. This isn't that game. Or Olivia Rodrigo. That's a different game. And Chappell and Olivia are close. But I as a 48-year-old white straight male, have connected with the spirit of what Chaperone's done. I just really such a giant fan, as a lot of you know. But to be on the dance floor where me, little Kenny, who, when I was about 22, which is little Kenny, I was at a wedding and my friends tried to get me to dance. In fact, the bride who was marrying one of my high school buddies tried to get me to dance. And I almost physically fought her. I was so afraid to get onto the dance floor. So afraid to be myself and do something that I felt I wanted to do. Because I always I knew I wasn't a good dancer, but it's a form of fun. It's a form of freedom. It's a form of personal expression and support. A form of I don't give a fuck about what you're doing out there. And I couldn't. I gave a fuck of what I was doing out there, and I was so locked in my head, which is something that still rears its ugly head every now and then. But over the years, I've gotten better at it. And again, not better at the dancing. Am I a good dancer? No. Am I a destructive dancer? Yes. Do I dance like Dan Aykroyd in the Blues Brothers sketch from SNL when they made their debut with Garrett Moore? Yeah, I dance like that. But it is wonderful. And to be on a dance floor and and Pink Pony Club starts playing, and we had been dancing for 5 hours. Molly Damon, Alex Damon, myself, everyone. And Mark Ellis and I actually slow danced for a while in front of everyone. It was great. Maddie Gunner has video footage somewhere. I had such a good time and connected with Mikel, this artist. Told Mikel and Courtney things I hadn't told other people. We had such a good time. And Mikel was such walked in the room and was like, this is a person who is so, we're not always comfortable in our own skins, but this is someone who understands what their skin is, and how they want to present themselves. And it was fantastic. It was wonderful. So, I treasure this Chaperone art, and check out Mikel's little art shop. Please do check it out. Laserbolt, Laserbolt says, I got to see Cat dance like Elva Blues. It is great. I've wanted to dance I've been wanting to dance like Aykroyd at a wedding, and I finally did. Rad says, music is just fine for me, but I like the way Rome calls it some Hollywood fame. Non says, great to see artists put up the barriers because it's not entitled. Yeah. No, that's definitely something that's definitely something I want to be clear. I fully agree on everything she's said and done. I sometimes worry as an older fan, but just who's around her, make sure she's stable. She's going to need people around her because it's even going to get more crazier. But I think it's correct to put up some boundaries now. Quadface says, Ken, brother, who lied and who is he? I lied. Yeah, that's right. My thumbnail tonight is smile, he lied. And I posted that. I made that because I was like, I don't know. I need kind of thumbnails are the worst, right? I'm not good at them. I just put up the bare bones. Christian Rufacalba and Cody Hall addressed it a little bit on their Wangers show. Just how Cody Hall hates creating thumbnails and titles, and it's kind of some of the work he does. It's exhaustive. I just would like to put, and sometimes I do, I put new episode, and that's it. That's all you're getting from me. But I know, smile highlight, because I feel as though we're heading to a week where all your troubles aren't necessarily automatically left at the door during the holiday season or during Christmas week or when your family's in town or when everyone's showing up. All the things bothering you don't go away magically. In fact, you're going to have to deal with them a little bit later. And I think it's okay just to smile and lie through it. Give yourself a day, if you can. That's not even said from a point of advice. just experience. So that was the thumbnail. It was a silly, stupid thumbnail with some deep meaning to at least me. Brian Tiller's here. Joey Beans is here. What's up? No earbuds at the barbershop. The volume down. Just happy to be here, kid. Joey, I'm happy you're here. I do hope you get kicked out of the barbershop, though. I do think you're probably being it's probably louder than you think, and people in the barbershop are probably hearing me right now. And I don't want you to get banned from your neighborhood barbershop, Joey. But you know better. You're an almost functioning adult. I met you on an elevator once, like or escalator. It was an escalator. Yeah, you know. We got some calls getting in here. Again, if you missed it at the top of the show, we're shouting out our buddy Jared, the TIE pilot, who is saying goodbye to his grandfather tonight, Raymond. So we are pouring one out. And I am, again, this is not an endorsement. I am drinking Jack Daniels and Coke pre-mixed, zero sugar. I don't know what the replacement for. And I don't do this a lot. But I picked up a 4-pack of these last week, and it just didn't finish them. So I figured tonight is the best place to finish them. So what's your other? What do you out there have favorite prepackaged mixed drinks in cans? I'd like to know that. Brian Tiller says transition to tamales. I have heard tamales being a kind of a Christmas thing. By the way, checking the poll, 19 votes in. What is the primary Christmas meat? Ham, 55%. Some sort of rump roast, 20. Prime rib, 25. Beef tenderloin, 0. Interesting. Quadface says, I'm driving for Amazon, but I will light one for our friends to send them off work. Quadface, I think that's responsible. It shows responsibility. But you know what I mean? If you were, as long as you're safe, pull over, chug it, catch your breath for about 20 minutes. We'll be all right. What I love about this poll is if you're just jumping in chat and you don't know what's going on, you're seeing things like tamales, ham, roast. I think it's great. Chris Keever's here as well. Shout out to Chris. So I'm going to do stand up in 2025. Big fan of mojitos, says Rad's. Perfect summer beverage. Unfortunately, non-alcoholic ones aren't that common. I gotcha. Yeah. Corey says, my wife is French. Snails and oysters is the meat for her family meal. Yeah. See, I want to spend more time in France. I want to maybe, get an apartment in Paris and spend 3 months there at a time. I wasn't forced to have any of that when I was there. I had great pizza. So I'll stick with that. A Christmas pizza is where we're going. Laserbolt says those tamales better be wrapped in cornhusk, though. Brian Taylor, you answer that. All right. Let's get to a call. If you want to call in, you know what to do. Become a YouTube channel member or support at patreon.com/Force Center. No, that's Force Center /Cat. Oh, man. I need to just take a breath. What show am I on? Is this Anytime? Is this Casterly Talk? Patreon.com. You could support at patreon.com/Force Center. I'm writing my ranking script right before this episode. I was writing it. But no, patreon.com/Cat. I was like, wow, what's happening to me? Let's get to a call. We are going to we're going to bring on Addie. Addie is going to center us here. Addie, please help my brain.
It sounds like we need to center for a moment and remember where we are.
Where? What colors are we? Where are we? What color is the sky? Ooh, yeah. I need it. I'm proud of myself for doing a show tonight because I think I could have taken it off and blamed the holidays. But I want to be here because I really love doing the show. And I can't miss NFL picks. Cannot miss NFL picks. Because number one, I've done so bad. But I love the community we built up here. But Addie, I wanted to just play Fortnite for 17 hours today. But I pulled and pushed through.
I want to be laying on the floor right now. So,
okay.
We all are doing things we don't want to do. Instead, I just shoved Christmas pack presents into a box that they did not fit in. And I'm going to pray that the postal service takes it.
Oh yeah. What did you put a bike tire and like saran wrap? What did you do?
So I made these really cute pillows for my niece and nephew,
Mm,
but they were slightly too big for the flat rate box I had for them.
right.
And I refused to actually go to the post office and like stand at the counter and have them weigh it. I just print flat rate labels
Yeah.
online and mail things. And
Smart.
they don't make a larger flat rate box than the one I used, so I was just shoving it in.
Shove it. Sometimes in life we just shove it in,
But
and
I'm
then
I'm
yeah.
I'm in as as Brady can attest because they saw it on Blue Sky earlier. I'm in a lot of pain today because I ran 20 miles this morning.
Okay.
So being on
Well,
my hands and knees shoving things into a box, there
right.
was a lot of cursing when I got off the floor.
Sure. I've been there before. What what pray tell caused you to run this far? Was it a dinosaur? Was it a UFO landing? Was it the drones in New Jersey? What was it?
It is the last training run before taper time for the marathon I'm training for.
Okay. Yeah, again, I'm going to ask the question here. Why are we training for a marathon? What is why Addie, you're a professor of smart things. What walk me through this decision.
Um, I'll try and keep it short. I took up running. I took up running in grad school because I didn't think I would do well in prison, and um, so I needed a way to let go of some of that. And I am a very big Disney fan, as we have
Right.
previously established.
Right.
And if you pay boatloads of money, they let you run there. So
Yes. Okay. Yep.
um,
Yep.
I took up running specifically to run the Princess Half Marathon. That was over 10 years ago, and now
Okay.
here we are.
Look. I am in awe of this accomplishment. I know you can't even walk today. It sounds like shin splints are splinting, but you should be proud. I just of all the exercises, running is the one that it just destroys me on so many levels. So I stopped. So I'm
Well,
impressed.
and I'm a very slow runner. Today's 20 miles took almost 5 hours. So
That's all right. You're moving, right? It
yeah,
ain't a
it's a
competition. Well,
really
literally,
long
probably.
time. It's a really long time to be doing anything.
Oh yeah, 5 hours. Yeah, this is as I start to come to terms with the fact that I probably have some sort of attention deficit, something or other. 5 hours it's a lot. That's a lot. Unless it's Fortnite, then I'm good. I can do 5 hours of Fortnite or baseball or Red Dead Redemption 2 or Outlaws. I might finally get myself Outlaws this weekend. Yeah. So again, these are things you should take pride in, even though it has broken you.
Yeah, and it'll break me come race day. Race day is in about 3 weeks, and because I am crazy, I'm not just running a marathon. I'm running just shy of 50 miles over the course of 4 days. Um, so when I get back, I walking is not going to be a thing.
Is this like one of those? I mean, because I've known some friends who've run at Disneyland or they've done the LA. They've ran around Dodger Stadium, all that stuff. But is it? And is this Anaheim or this Orlando?
Orlando.
Orlando. So because it's huge, right? Is
Yes.
that just a thing? You're running for 4 days because it's so huge. You get back out there the next day.
You do 4 races.
Wow. Now, on the off chance you win or place or whatever, what is there like? Is there something you get? Is there like
I mean,
other
when
than
I'm
a
done,
medal?
I get 6 medals when I'm done. I do it for the bling.
You do it for the bling.
No one else will be able to see this, but Ken, if you look at your screen,
Yeah, yeah.
that's all the bling.
That's the bling. I see the bling. OMG says 8984M. So, but is there a way we can petition the Lord with prayer? Is there a way we can get Disney to like you get a season pass or something?
They used to give out free tickets, but they've become popular enough that they don't have to entice people to sign up for them anymore.
Oh,
People do it of their own volition.
look, I like Disney. I like Disney Studio. Come on now, Iger. Give out some tickets. Give out some tickets. They're giving
Well,
one of my friends when she was a cast member, she could sign in like unlimited amounts of people every day. She just had to come out say, yep, they're with me and good. They could give the runners what they want.
I get the gift of waking up at 2:00 in the morning and probably coming home with COVID.
Well, hey, with odds like these, who needs friends? I don't know. Okay. What's the longest, most sustained running you've done? Is this the longest? Will this be the longest? Have you done one of those? I ran the Sahara 5K and it took 19 days. One of those things?
No. This challenge that I'm doing, I have done once before, and this is likely going to be my last full marathon because I am just too slow and it takes too much time to train.
Okay. Ken Plume says Disney cast members can buy those leftover medals at their cast member store for a few bucks. So you tell you what, if you don't finish, Addie, we got you covered. Ken Plume's he's gonna hook you up. Hey, Ken Plume, he's got 6 medals he can buy at cost. So don't you worry, you're gonna come out a winner. Yeah, Brian Tillers did a century on a bike a few times. Yeah, he's done some a biking thing. Okay, so all right, so how do we feel? What can we do to help you? How can we inspire you to keep going?
No, I'm doing pretty good. I listened. Transition. I listened to a lot of musicals on my runs this week.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, also, I was 8984M said you got to have a long playlist, and I was going to ask you what your playlist is.
So on the really short one this week, I wound up having to do it on the treadmill because it was sleeting. And whenever I had to run on the treadmill, I watched the Eras tour on Disney Plus.
Okay.
And then for the run I did on Tuesday, it was the upbeat songs from the new Wicked soundtrack. Yesterday's run, the Hamilton soundtrack was the perfect length.
Okay.
Listened to it from start to finish. And then today was just a smattering of all sorts of things from Eminem to Disney and back again.
That's okay.
Specifically, Lose Yourself by Eminem. That is the only Eminem song I own because it has a fantastic beat.
And 8 Miles is kind of a musical, right? It's kind of a musical.
I wouldn't know. I've never seen it.
Okay. I don't even recall if I've seen it. I can't remember. It was the early 2000s were a weird time. All right. But what about your playlist?
I made a playlist, and let me see if technology, how many devices can I use at once? Is this going to work? No, it's not.
I'm
I
made
a playlist.
Okay.
It is a YouTube playlist because one, I am not, as my students will attest to, I am an old and don't use Spotify.
That's fine.
So I have no idea how to make a Spotify playlist. But I made a YouTube playlist. I also made a YouTube playlist because some of these things are best
the background for those who might be swinging in here. Hi, you're watching the Blathering Live. I'm Ken Knapsack. A couple weeks ago, I took some cracks at musical theater. It really upset many people, some Force Center listeners, some Anytime listeners, Addie 8984M. Ken Plume didn't talk to me for 2 days. Grace didn't talk to me for a month. And so Addie has first it was a threat, then maybe a promise, and now here it is a reality. You have made a playlist of musical theater show tunes that you think I would appreciate or that the world needs to hear. What is it?
I would say it's a mixture of both. It is some of my favorites. So I will preface this by saying that this playlist has quite a bit of recency bias to it. So for anyone out there listening or watching later, I'm not suggesting that these are the greatest musical numbers of all time.
It's not a definitive.
No, there are some glaring omissions from this list because I took it as part of my mandate to not expose you to probably traditional musical theater you've heard before. So like there's no Rodgers and Hammerstein, there's no Lerner and Lowe, there's no Andrew Lloyd Webber. People have heard those.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, these are the absurd.
Oh, yeah,
These are the absurd musical theater tropes that give musical theater a bad rap.
That make assholes like me empowered. You can say it, Addie.
So it's a mixture of things I thought Ken would like,
Mm-hmm.
and things that have spoken to me in the last, we'll call it 15 years, just because one of these videos I'm looking at right now is 13 years old. And also a smattering of that song just has clever lyrics.
Clever lyrics.
Which I always appreciate, like when you listen to the lyric, any song, musical theater or not, when you listen to the lyrics and you're just like, wow,
I'm a lyric. Yeah,
some work.
I'm a lyric person. Yeah, I was raised on loving lyrics. Yeah. So
there's a few on here that are just, they're good. There's a few on here that are just, like I said, they're my favorites. The top of the playlist is definitely more of like, Ken should hear those. There's 2 from Hamilton right at the top. There's also a song at the top from a musical that was shout out to the Blue Sky community that was suggested on Blue Sky called Spring Awakening, which I won't get into the weeds on, but it is based on a book, and it's about basically what happens when you don't teach teenagers about sex. I
mean, I wasn't taught anything, so it turned out pretty poor. Okay, I like this. I'm connected to it.
That particular song, I always get a kick out of, because I first experienced this musical when I was in college, and the song, are we allowed to swear?
Fuck yeah, right now, yeah. I passed the 10-minute mark.
The song is called Totally Fucked.
Love it.
And the reason that I have such fond memories of this song is I was handed an exam in college that I read the first question, and the opening line of this song popped into my head, and I just started laughing out loud in the middle of this exam, and no one knew what was going on, because the opening line of this song is, there's a moment you know that you're fucked. And in reading the first question of the exam, there was a moment I knew I was fucked.
Yeah. We call that Jeff Daniels in Speed Face, where it's it. You're done. The bomb's gonna go off.
So it's just yeah, like I said, probably more for me than for you, but some good ones.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Listening.
All right, I'm gonna bring stay on the line here. I'm gonna see if this. I got the 2 calls set up here. Let me see if this works.
All right, I'm gonna bring.
Brady, I should warn you, Brady. I'm gonna bring you on. Turn down your sound. And we're gonna have a crosstalk session here with 898 4M. Brady, turn your radio down.
And we're gonna have a crosstalk session here with 898 4M.
I hear him clicking. Steve's laughing in the booth.
Turn your radio down.
Producer Steve's laughing. Brady, turn your 898 4M. Turn it off. Put some head. He disappeared. I want Brady and Addie to have a conversation about musical theater. Brady, call in here. Put some earbuds in. Will McLean says, "Now this is really like sports talk radio." It is. Brady's calling in to yell about Jim Everett quarterbacking for the Rams, and all he hears. All right, Brady, call back in. I want you and Addie to have a little crosstalk, because Addie, I want you to just to kind of when Brady gets here, I want you to run down the list, and then Brady's gonna just react to it and to see what. And this isn't a competition. We're not erasing your choices. I'm gonna listen to this playlist, but I want to go through it. We are live. That's right. All right. Yeah.
I included one for Alden, so
I don't text Alden. I don't talk to Alden until any time starts. All right. Let's try this again. Steve's laughing. All right. Brady, 898 for a Kyrie. Are you there?
Hello?
Yes, you're here.
I was straight up panicking. Oh my God.
We heard the keyboard clacking. It was great. I didn't know I sounded that terrible. All right. Now, Brady, you're a musical theater buff, right? This stuff.
I wouldn't say buff. I have played in a couple of musicals myself. In the pit.
Okay. Then you're going to be an intermediary where I'm going to have Addie read some of these choices. Addie, you got 15 songs?
Yeah, there's about.
Okay. Can you hear each? You can hear each other, right?
Yep.
Okay. I don't often have two callers on. That's what I was worried. Okay. All right. And then Brady, you're just gonna say if you think I'm gonna enjoy it. But it isn't a game. It isn't a prediction. I'm gonna give every song its due. I'm gonna put on the playlist. While I put on some Fortnite. Ken Plume and Romo and Tiller are gonna hear the music in the background. They're not gonna know what's going on. I'm just gonna be listening to it. But all right, run through the Addie. What do you got?
Washington on Your Side from Hamilton.
Okay.
Yeah. I think anything from Hamilton, yeah.
Well, that was quite an expert opinion, Brady. And I know you're not an expert. Okay. Love that. What is it called? Washington's on Your Side.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2.
Totally Fucked from Spring Awakening.
Spring Awakening. Okay. I like that one already.
America from West Side Story.
Yes. I think Ken.
Oh, I'm having bad internet. I'm here. I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, it's been a problem all week long. My internet's gone. It's been fun. All right. So what do you think about that?
America, yeah, that's I think most of anyone has heard of it. America, right? You've probably heard of it.
What? The band America?
No, the West Side Story song.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, okay. Totally fucked. Is that from West Side Story?
No, Totally Fucked is from Spring Awakening, and then there's a
Spring
song
Awake-
called America from West Side Story.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. I probably
Yeah.
cut out. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Burbank Internet. Okay, so all right, so 3 for 3. So Brady's on board. Okay, what's next?
The Room Where It Happens, which is also from Hamilton.
Okay, Brady.
Yeah, I mean, I just said like anything from Hamilton. That's
You hear Brady?
Double thumbs
Look,
up.
you hear Brady? Steve, you hear Brady? Like I just said, jerk. Anything from Hamilton. Okay.
The next song is solely based on the performance video. It's called Let It Burn. It's from a musical that closed very soon after it opened called Paradise Square, but it's essentially about how we should just let it all burn down because it's not worth saving.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Spider-Man Turn Out the Dark, but okay. Yeah. Brady?
I have not heard of this song.
Steve calls it deep. Because deep cut.
It's definitely a deep cut.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Move along. Brady's gonna look that one up.
Monster from Frozen.
Oh wow. Oh, we're doing this. We're going that deep. Okay. Wow. Oh. Okay, Brady. Yeah. Are you Frozen fan?
Frozen. Okay, so when I was in 2013, I was running cross country, and we
Okay.
would sing Frozen just on the road, just on our runs.
All right.
So yeah, you see a bunch of high schoolers singing Frozen. That was
Yeah.
back in the
I
day.
try not to hang out with a bunch of high school students singing Frozen, but yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. I'm excited for that. Addie.
The one I mentioned last week, the mob song from Beauty and the Beast, which is also just
Right.
a clever lyrics example.
And important to our times. Got it. I'm excited for that
Yep.
one. Okay. Gaston. Yeah. Okay.
Then I have 2 picks from Wicked, Defying Gravity, seminal Act 1 closing number,
Sure.
and I'm Not That Girl, which is a completely selfish choice on my part.
Okay. Not that girl. I'm not that girl. Is that how it goes, Brady?
So I watched Wicked for the first time in the movie, but I will
Steven's
say
great.
Defying Gravity. Yeah, that
Okay.
ending
I'm
in
excited.
the movie. Whew.
And Addie, if I hear it, am I going to go, yep, this is an Addie song? Is that what we're saying?
The I'm Not That Girl definitely goes to my ongoing insistence that I'm not a sad girl.
I'm not a sad girl. I'm not that girl. Eli, is that how that goes? Star Wars and Galaxy, Eli is here. Eli is okay. So Eli, in case you're just joining, Addie's reading off her playlist of musical theater songs she wants me to listen to, and I'm going to. And Brady is saying if I like them or not. Okay, next up, Brady, you're doing great, by the way.
The next one is another just example of clever lyrics and probably the most classic song on this playlist, Little Priest from Sweeney Todd.
Okay, Brady.
I have never seen Sweeney Todd before.
Okay, he's out. Brady's out. Brady's out.
Like when the movie come out, I think that came out in the 2000s, right?
Yeah, yeah. Something. Tim Burton's. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah,
10. Yeah.
sounds right.
Sounds
Yeah,
about
that's
right.
probably too young.
Okay. But I like, okay. Grace is a big Sweeney Todd fan. Okay. All right. All right. What number was that, Addie?
I have no idea. YouTube doesn't number their playlists.
Yeah, they don't. You're
Um,
right. All right. Keep them rolling.
we have You Don't Know, and the combination of You Don't Know and I Am the One from a musical called Next to Normal, which is about a manic depressive.
Okay. I like this already. I'm in on it. Brady, what are your thoughts on this one?
That sounds amazing.
Oh,
I've not heard of this before.
The entire soundtrack. It's probably counterproductive, but it's what I listen to when I'm depressed.
No, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
Look,
exactly.
no, Quadface says this kind of feels like a Schmodown match. Yeah, I'm trying to. And once again, I don't know all the answers. All right, I like this. I love depressive songs. I love, the Moon Ager song "Good to Bleed" is literally me writing about how I want to die. Yet it makes me feel good. I get it. I get it. I'm there for that. Okay.
Next up, we have Why We Build the Wall from a musical called Hadestown, which is a jazz musical about Orpheus and Eurydice.
It's
The
not a
Greek
campaign
tragedy.
promise. It sounds exactly like a campaign promise.
It is I picked this one on purpose, Ken,
Okay.
from this musical because
Okay.
I think there is some double meaning.
Brady, do we
I
build
have
walls? Do
I
we
have
build
not-
walls?
I have not seen Hadestown, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Okay.
I think it's a more
He-
recent one too.
Eli,
It is.
Star Wars of the Galaxy. Have you seen Hadestown? Okay.
Next up, we have the Tony Awards performance, which is a mashup of songs from the musical Six, which is about the six wives of Henry VIII, except they're all sung in the style of different pop stars, and they are
Love it.
vying to be the leader of like their Spice Girls-esque group by
Oh,
who
it's
had
amazing.
it worse, married to Henry VIII.
Love this. Love it. Is Peter Noon in this at all? Does he make a cameo?
It is all women.
Okay. That's a deep
It's
cut reference
fantastic.
for
It
Ken
came
Plum.
to town a couple years ago. I saw it twice.
What's it called again? That sounds fascinating.
Six.
Six. Brady, have you ever seen Six?
Nope.
Get
I'm-
out of your
I'm a
bus,
casual.
Brady. Get a bus pass. Head over to Broadway and see Six. Okay. I like that
And
one.
here
That's a
we
great
go.
concept.
The final five.
Okay. Roll them out.
Picked specifically for Alden Diaz, we have Journey to the Past from Anastasia.
Oh, okay. Good Russian play, right?
Yep.
Okay. Ruskis. Okay.
Star Wars in a Galaxy, you did miss. Hamilton was at the top of the list.
Right. Yeah, we started.
Lynn was at the top.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Next, we have I'm Here from The Color Purple.
Oh, okay. Okay. I love Prince. Kidding. That's a joke. Kyrie, that's a joke.
Who's Prince? No, just kidding.
Okay. Okay. All right. Hit me. Three more.
We have Diana, parentheses, The Rage, from
Okay.
a very ill-conceived musical about the life of Princess Diana, but it's a very good
Oh.
song.
Oh. Oh, I need to see that then. Oh, that
At
sounds
one point,
horrible.
it was filmed and available on Netflix. I don't know if it's still there, but it was in its entirety professionally filmed on Netflix.
Okay. Rads is asking if I've ever seen The Producers. Perfect gateway musical, funny as hell finale. I have not. It's Grace's favorite. The most I've seen of The Producers is the season of Curb Your Enthusiasm where Larry stars in it. I also not a huge Mel Brooks fan, so love him. Don't love a lot of his stuff. So, anyways, all right. How many more you got, Addie?
Two more.
Two
Show
more.
Yourself from Frozen 2.
Show yourself. Is that how it goes? Brady, is that how it goes?
Pretty close.
Really?
I'm gonna be honest. I
Sure.
forgot Frozen 2.
Brady, here's what I want you to do. The next time you're calling it a sports talk radio show, don't be honest. Just go with it. Just go with it,
yes,
okay?
Yes.
Just-
It was. I think I saw it right before Rise of Skywalker, and yeah, it was
Okay.
that same winter, 2019.
All right, here
And
we
the-
go. Final one.
The final one is a song called You Learn to Live Without. It's
Well, I
from
mean,
a
that's
musical
been-
called It's from a musical called If Then, which had a very interesting premise where she made one decision and the musical then showed like what her life would have been if she'd said yes versus if she said no.
Oh, I love that movie, Sliding Doors. I'm in on this musical. Let's do it.
So, yeah.
Brady, you've seen that one?
No, but it is Indina Menzel, so
It is Idina Menzel. Yeah. Or
You
Adele
know,
Dazeem, depending
Yeah.
on who you talk to.
I actually sat behind her and her husband at the Hollywood Improv in like 2005 or six,
oh wow.
before she was who she was. Okay, and Claudia. Oh gosh, here we go. Claudia Dolph, who is a talented singer, dancer, performer herself, has a list as well. I think Claudia, Addie, and Brady and Eli and you guys should start a musical theater podcast. Claudia's list is Wait For It, All of West Side Story, Throw No Good Deed from Wicked, Children Will Listen, It Takes Two, Love Next. Okay, yeah, I don't know any of this, but I'm excited. I
would definitely be the weak link in that.
Like we said last week, three chords and a beer.
Yeah.
Maybe one of these will be your 3 chords and a beer.
3 chords and a Jack and Coke pre-mixed. Yeah, okay. Look, you got what you got to do. Go post in the Discord, and I'm going to report back. Addie, I appreciate your work.
You've got 2 weeks because I
2
will
weeks.
be here next week.
I guess I should take next week off. I'm going to be writing on Christmas Day anyways. Maybe we'll do you guys can all unwrap gifts with me on the air. All right, Addie, I appreciate it. Hey, be proud about your running, okay? I know it hurts. You probably can't walk to the fridge to get a beer to relax, but you done good. Good.
Stay hydrated.
Oh, there's so much hydration going on.
Yeah.
So
Wait, does
much.
Disney, do they hand out the cups like in other
They
marathons?
do.
You don't, Brady. You don't get to ask questions. This is my show. Hey, Eddie, they hand out the cups.
They do. The
Okay.
volunteers get up earlier than I do. I feel so bad
Stupid
for them.
volunteers.
And I don't know what they get out of it either, to be perfectly honest.
It's a reward
so
for their
true.
own kindness. They're nice people. I don't like them already. All right, Addie, thanks for calling in, okay?
Of course, anytime.
Addie's out. 894 couple minutes to you. Then I got football picks. Actually, I got Chris calling in. I'm going to get to Chris real quick shortly, and then we're going to football picks. If I get a thumbs up from producer Steve, Steve says okay. Brady, what is your Christmas meat of choice?
So this is interesting. I don't usually have the traditional meats. When I said like spam to spam count, I was being serious. Like,
Yeah, you make. What's your favorite spam related meal?
oh, spam musubi, of course, or teriyaki spam.
Explain spam spooby. Spam spooby?
Musubi.
What,
Musubi.
spam wasubi? Okay.
Musubi.
Okay.
Musubi. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's like I think musubi, like in Japanese cuisine, is like it's basically like your like sushi roll. Like you put like a piece of like raw fish on top of it, that kind of thing.
Oh, but it's spam?
Yeah. So this
I'm
is yeah.
in.
whole
I'm
dish.
in
You
on
put-
this.
You put spam. I think you make like a teriyaki glaze. You put it on the pillow of rice. Oh
Love a glaze.
man.
I love a glaze. Oh,
And then there's some seaweed to wrap it around. Oh, it's a hand food too. I should mention.
I mean,
It is.
898 you've seen me in person. I love hand foods.
Yeah.
Hand foods are a big win for me. If I could avoid using plates and forks and stuff, I'm there for it. Yeah, Laserbolt says, hey, didn't Ikaika make a Hawaiian spam dish for the guys on GPA? He did. We had Hawaiian breakfast with spam and Hawaiian rolls and eggs and stuff. It was great. It's great. Wonderful.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite Christmas memories. I think I was fortunate to travel to Hawaii during the winter break,
Mhm.
and on Christmas, like everything is closed, right?
Yeah.
Except L&L Barbecue, or as
Right.
in my family call it Landel. And it was a man by just one person, and he spoke our language. He spoke Mandarin, and you
Nice.
know when you speak Mandarin too, there's like automatic bond, and we got like a bunch of deals. We got so much food for the family, and it was a Christmas miracle. We couldn't find any place, and then we found Landel.
Christmas miracle.
Yeah, and I'm
Brady-
not religious.
I know. Look, this past week I've spent a long time. I spent the last year getting very mad at evangelicals, and then last week I was like, I don't know. There's maybe proof that there's something out there because miracles sometimes happen. Brady, I'm going to get to Chris here soon. I appreciate you being a little bit of a last second analysis expert for musical theater. But everything good? What are you looking forward to for your holiday week?
I'm just hoping. So I'm doing a road trip. I'm just hoping that there's just no traffic and
All right.
all everything you hope for in a road trip.
I love it. Where are you headed? Anything special?
I'm gonna be headed to Utah. So this was a plan. My mom has been wanting to go to I think Arches for like the longest
Arches.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like
Okay.
10 years. And I'm probably not gonna head over to that part of the States in a while. So I was like, okay, why not now? Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only been to Salt Lake City, and even then it was only the airport. Though I did have two damn good enchiladas in that airport. Well, Gate B, everybody. Gate
Enchiladas
B,
in Salt Lake City?
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, no Coca-Cola or anything in it. Yeah, it's good. Well, yeah, do it. And you're gonna have a good time. And I want some pictures. Could you post some pictures in the Blathering Discord?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm in the Blathering Discord. Do I need to be on the
Well, I mean,
Patreon?
I should say my Discord in the Blathering section. You're in there.
Oh,
Aren't you?
I don't think I am.
Or
I'm in the
or
Force Center
you're
Discord.
in the Force Center one. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Post it here. Post it here. We'll find the pictures. Brady, thank you for making this year the Blathering so much fun. You're such a great part of the community, and I love
Thank you.
hearing you call in. And I love when you show up to events on public transportation.
Yeah, I mean, I just love riding public transit. I'm a busboy.
And get your ass up to Burbank on January 10th for my headlining comedy show with Joseph Scrimshaw, Winston A. Marshall, and Karen Haber, and Lisa Gottman, and Elisa Phillips. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
get up there.
Yeah.
Get up to Burbank. When's the last time you've been to Burbank?
Okay. This is gonna. Wait. Actually, no. I
Just
did
give
the.
me a year.
Wait. Universal's in Burbank, right? That technically
No,
counts.
that's
No, it
Studio
isn't?
City.
Studio
Kick
City.
your Studio City grime over that corner. I lived there. for
What
7 years.
about Warner Brothers Studios? I did the 5K there.
It's close. It's on the cusp. It's
okay.
it's like Studio City Burbank line dividing line. Yeah, it's close. It's close enough.
I may have never been to Burbank actually.
Well, now's your chance to come on out. January 10th, Flappers, 7:30 show in the Yoo-Hoo Room. Get tickets on my website. All right, Brady. I'm gonna go on to Chris here. Okay, thanks for
Yep.
calling in. All right, Brady calling in. We got a couple minutes here until NFL picks. Did I get my ass kicked last week in the NFL? I think I did. Steve's gonna let me know. But first, we got one of my favorite comics who's not performing. We're gonna make him perform again. He's LA County's best librarian. It is Chris Kiefer. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well. How are you, sir?
Sounds wonderful. I'm wonderful, and you sound great. You sound wonderful. I love when you call in. What's on your mind?
Good. I'm driving home, so I apologize if there's a lapse in it. But
No,
Go ahead.
you're doing great.
okay, great. It's the end of the year, and it's time to reflect and all that stuff. And I think I've mentioned this to you, possibly in passing. I know I've made a Facebook post, but the algorithm probably didn't show it to you. But I just passed my 8-year anniversary at the library,
Nice.
and this is.
Oh, he drove through a tunnel. He drove through a tunnel right as he delivered his life-changing message. Oh, Chris, you're back. Okay. Can you hear me?
5G network. Gotta love it.
5G, it rots your brain and doesn't work for a phone. Okay. You literally
Yeah.
just were about to say you crossed your 8 years of being a librarian and then you crashed. What take us through it again.
Yes. 8 years, and like I said, I think it's been mentioned in passing, but this is a public forum that's going to live on forever.
Right.
But you were such an inspiration for me to make a career switch at my age in life, and I really
Right.
do. You switched from an industry that you knew, and you took a chance on Collider and all that stuff. And I looked at you, and I was like, what the hell am I doing? And so I took that same chance, and so I really do owe a lot of my inspiration, my success comes from you, in my opinion.
No. Well, look. Your success comes from yourself and your hard work and your brain power and your skill set, and you're really good at what you've done because I've seen what you do. I've been to your libraries. I've seen the staff around you. So that's nothing that I could have given you. But if one little step I took inspired anyone else as kind and warm as you, I'll take the win, Chris. It's the end of the year. I'm going to take the win. And this, and how you going to pay me back? You're going to pay me back by doing stand-up in 2025.
I think I have to. I think this is where it comes around again.
It is. It's going to be. So what people don't, I think I shared a little bit last week or one of my other shows. I am now like a regular at Burbank's Comedy Club Flappers. I got kind of passed over there. Passed is a good thing, and I'll be doing a lot more headlining shows, a lot more specialty shows, and I'm going to be doing a show. I have an idea. It's called Hot Burbank Nights: The Returns, and I'm bringing back 4 or 5 of my friends from comedy who had stopped doing stand-up. I'm gonna have them do like 8 minutes, and Chris is on that list. So Chris, it's a big start getting your bits ready, okay?
It better bring me and Chip Dornell up there. Is all I'm saying.
Chips on the. I'll tell you, I have not got confirmations. I'm bullying you into a confirmation. I got you, Mike Beatrice, Chip Dornell, Amy Claire, who even though she's kind of done some shows recently, but I want her to come back. Amy Claire's one of my favorites from back in the day. And then I might have like Ellis headline and me on the show as well. So it's gonna be a fun night if we can pull it off later in the year. It's not soon. All right, so you don't have to start sweating yet. And then right. Brady's gonna come. He's gonna take a bus to that one as well.
Excellent. I'm gonna get back to work, get back to my comedy notebooks, and see what still works.
Get in the notebooks
years later.
Get in the notebooks. Chris, thanks for calling. I appreciate the kind words. We're celebrating wins at the end of the year. Thank you, buddy.
All right, love you, man. Take care.
Love you too. Talk to you soon. All right, Chris Geever, everybody. Very funny, but he's also the best librarian in the Los Angeles County area. It is top of the hour, which means you're listening to The Blathering, or you're watching it. If you're listening later on the podcast feed, I thank you for that. The Knapsack Network podcast feed still going, began in 2012. A lot of name changes. Focuses have shifted from time to time, but we're having a lot of fun. You can get the Anytime podcast feed. It's on the Anytime podcast version's on there. My Monday morning show video version is here on the YouTube channel. It's a channel member or Patreon, but the audio version's there. This show, other things as well. So, and you never know when a Saturday Night Knapsack might pop up again. I've had some hankerings for that. I just don't think I can actually record because my MacBook doesn't really work anymore. Oh, that's a problem. But it's the top of the hour, which means it's time for football picks. But before we get that, we check in with producer Steve. Steve, how are you? Christmas meets. Where do you go?
Good, Ken. Thank you again for having me. Doing pretty good. Christmas meats. I voted roast or rump roast, I believe.
Okay.
Was the selection.
Some sort of rump roast. Okay.
Yeah, and not that I cook it or eat it. It's simply because when I associate Christmas meat, especially in the poll that you asked, my first thing I went to was the Grinch and roast beast, and that seemed like the closest thing to roast beast.
Rump roast, roast beef. I think it's all the same. 19% for that one. Prime rib, 22. Ham, 59, which I think is the answer of these choices. Beef tenderloin, 0, which I'm not surprised at. I saw it on that website. I was confused by its presence there, but there you go. Good answer on that one.
I think ham is a good consensus. I think this is one of the things that we have a real opportunity at National Unity for, and that's coalescing around a Christmas meat. Now, I know not everyone celebrates Christmas, and so I get that. Like, totally understand. But turkey is Thanksgiving, right?
Keep it to Thanksgiving, says you.
Ham is very associated with Easter. I guess not as much as turkey and Thanksgiving, but Easter Christmas. I think we could establish. I think we should establish a meat for Christmas, and I think this is an opportunity where a lot of the country could use some unity, and this is a way to do it.
I love that we're running on a campaign of unifying the country over Christmas meats, and I think you're right. I think what we need to do is I think we need to call up both JD Vance and say AOC and find out what the Christmas meats are, and then bring them together on Christmas meats. Problem solved.
That would be tough, but I like where your head's at. I have one more question. Yeah, not meats related before we get to picks.
Okay, is it JD Vance related? No, okay.
It's not. It's not.
Good. That's fair. That's good.
Well, fortunately.
Fortunately.
So I have a question. This is a hypothetical scenario. I like to kind of throw these at you sometimes.
Okay.
So, and if you need a second to think on this, we can. But I'm going to give you a scenario, and you have to tell me who you're going to pick for your team. Okay.
Okay.
So this is a heist. This is your personal heist. Okay. You have 48 hours, an American Express black card with unlimited funds.
Mm-hmm.
And if you succeed, you and your team have full legal immunity.
Okay.
Okay. You need to just imagine whatever like the most cool, valuable thing that is hidden in a vault somewhere in Skywalker Ranch.
Okay. Or can I imagine the baseball diamond from Great Muppet Caper? Okay.
Boom. Whatever you want. Okay. That's the thing. You have to break in. You have to retrieve it. You have to get out without being apprehended.
Okay.
Who is on? You have 3 members on your team. Who is on your team?
Well, are we picking? Who are we picking? Fictional characters? Friends?
No,
I
not
know?
fictional characters. No, these are real people. You have to pick real people, not fictional characters.
Okay. And 3 members?
3 members. Tell me why.
Okay. Tom Dagnino. Schmodown, Bobby Finstock. A lot of you might know Tom. Tom can get into any place by just simply getting there. Meaning he'll charm a doorman. He'll find a back door. Famously, we were at a Comic-Con party at Petco, and it was one of the Zach Levi parties, the Nerd HQ, and like no one's getting in. And we texted Tom that, and he and Josh McCouga were like, "You guys, sorry, you're not gonna be able to get in. You're not on the list." Turned around 2 minutes later, they were both standing there. So Tom Dagnino has the ability to get into where we need to go. That's number 1 on my list.
Okay, you have to get out.
To get out, though. So we're in. We got to get out. To
Who's your
get out,
driver?
Mark Ellis.
There you go.
Mark Ellis is my driver. Why? I'll tell you why. He has a car that has an impressive turn radius, and he is excellent on backing in. Well, he has that big camera, but so if we need to move quick, we need to go pull into an alley, he's in there as well. Okay.
I see Alden's question. He wants us to repeat the question so he can understand. So Alden, the scenario is I asked Ken, he needs a 3-member team to break into Skywalker Ranch to steal whatever his most favorite valuable thing is there. He has an American Express black card with unlimited funds, and he has legal immunity if him and his team succeed. So so Ken, take it from there.
Okay, so we got Tom Dagnino to get us in. We got Ellis to drive us out. What's the third? What is there?
Who's your
a
tech
job?
guy?
My tech guy?
That's your third, and then it's you.
Well, see, here's the thing. Ken Plume's volunteering himself with a pick me choice there. That's not bad. He goes, "I'm your 4th logistics guy in the chair." That's not a bad thought. Plume might be my van guy. He might be my van guy. So he's in there on the 1s and 2s. He's clicking his nervous pen, because he's got a tick, and he's like, but he's like taking us through. Good logistics. But I'm adding that. But as far as, so can he be my tech guy, and then I get someone else?
It's Christmas, sure. Giving season. You can have one more.
One more. I'm gonna need some brawn, right?
You need muscle.
I need muscle. That is where I turn to my fiancee, Grace. She is a trained broadsword person. She is a runner. She's a fighter. She's got strong kickers. She's the number 1 ranked Pilates person in her class. Tough as nails. But they're not going to see it coming from her, right? 5'2". They're going to be like, what is it? Boom, boom. They're dead. They're dead. And we're out of there. She'd kill Pablo Hidalgo 1 punch.
Scale of 1 to 10 on your chances of success. You have 48 hours to prepare and an unlimited American Express black card.
30%, 33%, 42% chance. 42%.
It's generous, but I appreciate the positivity.
That's a great one. It's a great one. Love the scenarios.
Ready for picks?
I'm ready for picks. We're doing NFL picks, everybody. That's right. Every week for this entire NFL season, Steve calls in and gives me 5 big games in NFL, and I use my powers to predict the correct winners or maybe who's going to cover. But after a great run where I was 35-25, Steve, I have fallen, right?
You have stumbled, but there is time to get back up. You were 1-4 for week 15, so let's get that in the rearview mirror. You are 38-32 for the season, glass half full, so you're still making money on the year.
Wow. I was up 10 games, Steve.
It's been a rough few weeks.
35-25, and now I'm 38-32. I'm throwing picks like Tua in the fourth quarter. Oh my god. What went right for me last week? Not a lot, right? What did I got?
Denver was your saving grace. You haven't had an 0-5 week, knock on wood. So Denver was your saving grace. You got the win with the Colts. Everyone else broke your heart.
Right.
And they weren't even. It wasn't even like a point spread thing. They just lost. So
yeah, no, it wasn't good. Okay. All right. What do we got? We got a game going right now that's important to my Dolphins season. Though the Dolphins season is done. It's done. It's emotionally done. But what do we got? Pick number 1.
all right, here we go. Week 16, pick number 1. Pittsburgh is at Baltimore. Baltimore is a 6.5 point favorite at home.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna do this again. I think it burned me last week with the Steelers. It burned me last week with the Steelers. I know it did. That Eagle game. Ravens are gonna win, but Steelers, they're gonna be, I'm gonna say, within 4.
We're doing this again, huh?
We're doing it again.
All right, Pittsburgh.
So Ravens to win. I'm writing this down for myself. Steelers cover.
Yep, 6.5 points. Baltimore is a favorite.
Okay. All right. Trust me on this.
Game number 2.
Okay.
Is the LA Rams at the New York Jets. The Jets are a 3-point underdog at home, and I picked this game just because I know you like to dunk on the Jets.
I do love to dunk on the Jets. And who knows, by the end of this game, Aaron Rodgers might have fired himself or decided to not play with helmets because he believes helmets actually hurt your brain because it squeezes the brain, and he's heard it from some guy. So we are going to go LA big on this one here.
LA big. My favorite NFL story of late is the fact that Woody Johnson considered Jerry Jeudy's Madden rating when they were attempting to trade for him. So, yeah.
As you should.
True story.
You should. Okay. So we got Ravens, Rams, or Ravens, Steelers to cover, Rams. Got it.
Got it. Game number 3, Philly at Washington. Washington is a 3.5 point underdog at home.
I had lunch with Mark Ellis yesterday. He was a Washington Commanders fan. Occasionally, I play Fortnite with Hal Lublin, who's a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I love both those men. I'm loyal to both of them. I want Washington to win, but this ain't the year for it. It's the Eagles' year. Barkley's going to run for $160. Eagles, big win.
Go Birds.
Okay.
Go Birds.
That's number 3.
Game number. We'll have to get a sounder for that. Game number 4. This is a dealer's choice. It's in the spirit of Christmas. I want to give you a chance here at one of these few games, or one of these 2 games. Give you a better chance at getting a correct pick here. So between these 2 games, you can pick one, and then we'll record one. So Detroit is a 6.5 point favorite going to Chicago, or Minnesota is a 3 point favorite going to Seattle.
Tell you what, if I was to pick the lines, that'd be the easy way out. Okay, that you know one of the best baseball stories, Steve. Looking at a 400 batting average in the final game of that season, the Red Sox gave Ted Williams the option to sit, and his batting average would have rounded up to 400. Ted Williams, decorated war hero, pilot in 2 wars, said, "Not today, not on my watch. I'm going to earn it." And he went out and finished with a 406 batting average, right? 406, 403, whatever it was. That I undercut my own dramatic story with that. We're not going to go with the Lions Bears. That's an easy pick. We're going to the other one. What was it? Vikings at Seattle.
Correct.
What's the line?
Seattle is a 3 point underdog at home.
Well, they should be. Minnesota's going to win by a touchdown.
Love it. Minnesota's looking good. Sam
Okay.
Darnold. Hell happened there. All right.
Right? Okay.
Game number 5, as always, the Miami Dolphins are at home. They are hosting the San Francisco 49ers, and I am checking for the 3rd time, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but your Dolphins are favored by 1.5, and that's mostly because San Francisco is fielding a hospital team. So
Yeah, I got to tell you, it's been a hard year for the Dolphins, and it's been hard to watch at times, but it's been fun to watch at times. I have tough time blaming Tua for last week. I think he did some things wrong, but when you've got an offensive line that one of your starters was like delivering UPS 2 weeks ago on a practice squad, what are you going to do? You're averaging barely 3 on the run game. You're going to make some bad decisions because you have to. I don't hold it on to Tua. I still want one more year to McDaniel, and I think they're going to prove it in the last 3 games. 49ers. We're going to get revenge for the 1984 Super Bowl, played in 1985. We're going Dolphins big over the Niners at home.
All right, taking the Dolphins. So here are your Week 16 picks. As a quick recap, you're taking Pittsburgh over Baltimore because of the point spread. You're taking the Rams over the Jets, Philly over Washington, Minnesota over Seattle, and the Miami Dolphins over San Francisco. Those are your Week 16 picks.
I'm telling you right now, Steve, mark it down. I'm going 4-1 this week. We're back in the winner's circle. Thank you, Steve, for the NFL picks. Steve's out. That's how you do it, my friends. That's how you do it. I am almost out of here, but we've got at least one more call. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening indeed. I want to highlight something earlier because I'm just overjoyed with it, but make sure I have the right thing up there. I was honored to receive from my friend Mikkel two original Chapel Road pieces of art to commemorate us, Mikkel and our friend Courtney and Jill and Sully and Alex and Molly Damon cutting up a rug on a wedding dance floor in October to Pink Pony Club. And I am so honored to receive these from Mikkel, who works out of Spain. Check out Mikkel's little art shop if you like this kind of stuff. He's got some wonderful stuff. Commission's finally open. You can see if you're looking here on the screen. Shout out to Mikkel for a great time, a great night, and some great art there as well. We are almost out of here, but like I said, Brennan's going to call in here real quickly here. I want to thank you all for supporting me this year. I think I'll have a show next week. I don't know. Maybe I should I don't know. We got Skeleton Crew coverage on on Thursday. We'll see. I think I may be doing a Boxing Day show. I think I might be around, but just in case I'm not, thank you all for supporting me this year on a lot of different crazy things. It's been an up and down year for me, but I'm ending it on a high note, and one of the reasons is the weekly gather around all of you here with the Blathering. So thank you for that. Brennan, Mystical Mark, calling in here to help take us home here. Brennan, how you doing? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. What's on your mind?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you, my friend.
I was watching the season 2 Christmas episode of Community yesterday.
Oh, that's a great poll.
Where it's in the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer style.
Right. Oh, that's right. I love that. Yes, yes.
And what's interesting is the final conclusion was that Christmas can mean whatever meaning we assign to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm wondering, do you still celebrate Christmas in a religious sense? Or not so much?
I don't. I'm going to be honest with you, Brent. It's a great question. I don't know if I celebrate Christmas in any sense.
Okay.
Do I celebrate it for religious significance? No, not so much, and that hasn't been for a while. But I also think it is a very. It's like it makes me think of the good times I did have in the church, and the good people I did meet along the way, and I get behind it. I'm there for that. I'm there for the story of it all. I love that there. So I don't as much as sometimes I get grumpy about it. I can respect that. I'm there for that. But I think if I'm like family or connection or giving and kindness and those things, I think I absolutely am there for. I think over the years I've just pulled off of holidays overall. I don't like family commitments. I'm not super close with my family, not in a bad way. I'm just they're close there. I talk to my mom often, talk to my dad, but I don't find the need to just go hang out with a bunch of people I'll see once every 3-4 years at a family reunion. Though I love them all to death, I have my memories. So and I think working, Brennan, in a job for 17 years where Christmas was a war that we fought with the public for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It affected me. I don't. So Grace and I have no plans for Christmas. Might get some Thai food.
I mean, you're
Gifts
together.
are minimal.
You're
Yeah, we're
and
together. We got our
you're
dog.
enjoying each other. And
I'm watching Kenobi as a Christmas show right now. I'm
yes,
on a Kenobi
yes,
rewatch.
yes. Eldon and Jared were absolutely right on that.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at, but it's not
Interesting.
it's not, Brendan, that I don't like. I love the winter. It was 80 degrees here today, so not much of a
Oh
winter
man, I
in
wish I'd
Burbank.
been there.
Yeah. But I like when the lights are out. I like when it's cold. Like I'm there for the spirit of it. I don't want to partake in the hustle and the bustle, and I'm not even saying that from like
Neither
the,
do I.
yeah, I'm not saying it from the commercialist. I'm just saying, I don't get people gifts anymore. I haven't gotten people gifts for years. Like I don't, and
Hey, you hung out with me this summer. That was a gift.
we hung out at the zoo. So
With
yeah,
fat squirrels.
we did feed to, and that one squirrel that about jumped in my lap, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. Where, and I don't even mean to meet that. I hope that's not a downer answer.
No.
just-
That's a good answer.
Yeah. So there you go. You. I know. You have a lot of religious stuff tied to it for you as
Yeah.
well. But family is very strong for you.
Very much.
What do you take out of Christmas?
Well, the whole religious element, I believe in it.
Sure.
I believe in. Oh, Eldon's in the chat. Hi, Eldon.
Yeah, Alden just gave a super chat, which is funny because I'm just gonna have to pay him back for that.
By the way, Alden, your video on Kenobi as a Christmas story was excellent.
It's a Christmas story.
But yeah, for me, there's the religious aspect,
Okay,
which I believe in.
got it.
And all that stuff, and but also the family and
Yeah.
the fun traditions and I've got all these nieces and nephews, and so seeing it through their eyes is interesting
I love that take on it.
because they still have that magic.
What is right? And it's important to keep the magic. What is one little favorite thing you have on Christmas? Not the big things or whatever, but what's one tiny little thing you love?
I love that when they get up, we're allowed to get into our stockings. So we have to wait for everyone to be awake to open presents.
I love the rules. I love the rules on Christmas. Yes.
No, but no, I think my favorite thing is I get very, very emotional the older I get.
Sure.
So I
Sure.
sit there watching these Christmas related movies. And I get teary eyed. I mean, it just
Right.
it does it to me every year.
You're caught up in the moment. Right.
Yeah, but as far as like, I think I just enjoy the sense of family hanging out together,
Yeah.
eating lots of food.
Slowing down. I think that's one thing maybe I like that I.
Yeah, I don't like to
The
go out
slow
and do
down.
crazy things at
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yep. Had a couple of people invite me to some wonderful Christmas parties this year. I'm like, I'm out. I'm tapping out this year. I want to slow down.
But
Brennan,
I love
yeah.
Christmas. And yeah.
Brennan, I love it. Thank you for calling in and being number one. I gotta say, Brennan, you're often one of the first to follow me on new adventures with shows. You're here. You're such a loving guy who has a lot of inspiration in your own kind of journey that we should take from. And I really appreciate you always being around. Okay.
Thank you. And I gotta say, Merry Christmas. Thank you for everything you do. It's been great.
You're a key part of the community. People love when you show up, Brennan. So I'll see you again in 2025.
See you in 2025.
Brennan Mystical Bar. Check out his podcast, the Page Turners They Were Not, which is the Star Wars podcast. I was about to get out of here, but then some schlub decided that he wanted to call into the show today, but he's not calling in. He's sipping beverages. He is my co-host on Alden, or Anytime with Alden and Ken and Alden, whatever the hell our show is called. But tomorrow we're off. Alden Diaz, what brings you here?
Okay, so obviously I'm in the chat. And then, as per usual, I'm not going to make it a habit of just showing up uninvited and unannounced. But
And dropping money down? Okay.
maybe that's what I'll do. If you see me slide cash, it means I'm on my way.
Is this your Christmas gift to me?
God no, Ken. Come on.
Okay.
$10. Is that what you think I think of you?
I'm honored you gave me $10. I would think I'm a $2 super chat from you.
No, not at all. Not
Okay.
at all. That's more so like some of our other friends. But no, you to me, man, you are a double-digit dollar guy. Absolutely. That's the tier that I place you.
That's what they call me when I go to the Spearmint Rhino.
Yeah.
Double-digit dollar guy. Here he
I'm
is.
sorry. The what? they call you at the where?
The Spearmint Rhino. You've never been to the Spearmint Rhino?
Can't say I have.
Club of Gentlemen Design? No, okay.
No.
Well, the next time you and me are in Vegas together, I'll have to take you to meet my friends.
For the WrestleMania 41 weekend,
Let's
we
do
can
it.
hit that. Then we
Okay.
can hit all the indies because we can't afford Mania.
You can't afford and quite frankly, I don't want to go to a 16-hour wrestling event. Okay.
A two-nighter.
Anyways,
So
two-nighter. Yeah.
the reason why I tuned in, I just grabbed my cup of coffee. I was going to do a couple things. We're off anytime tomorrow. I'm
No
heading
anytime
out of
tomorrow,
town.
everybody. Yeah.
Yes. And then I was like, oh, I'll listen for a little bit, listen to the picks because I find it to be engaging. And then I was going to go play video games. And then I remembered, holy shit, I haven't talked really at all to anyone outside of texts about Superman, and we're off tomorrow. So I can't rant about it on our show. So I'm coming here.
Wait, here's what I did this morning. The trailer, and I know I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
The trailer drops this morning, and I watched it. You know what? I have no skin in this game at all. And I was like, oh, sounds good. And I thought Crypto the dog showing up was like a wonderful, intentional affront to Zack Snyder fans, and I loved it. But I text early. I was up early today. Had to get my hairs cut and meet Joe Starr for breakfast. I texted Christian Ruvalcaba and Cody Hall, the Wangers, who were the production guys at Collider. I texted them like 7:30 in the morning. I said, boys, I'm going to need 2 thumbnails. Dennis and Roka are doing a reaction, and then we're going to do movie talk for an hour about who's playing Jor-El. I need those photos and graphics now. And they were like, they texted me, they're like, whoa, God, we're so glad we're not doing that anymore.
They were like when the dog has war flashbacks in that meme, like Fortunate Son started playing, like
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
nuts.
So, anyways, okay. Give me, I gotta pack up here soon. So give me a 3-minute
real
or
quick.
less Alden Superman breakdown.
I'm glad you saw it because I didn't text you about it. Didn't know if you saw it. Didn't know if you cared.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you saw the Christopher Reeves, the year after Star Wars, of course.
I did. Superman 3 scared me in the theater when the old lady became a robot. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Richard Pryor version there.
Yeah.
And then Superman 2 with Zod is in the same year as Empire, so that was a
Right.
big year for villains. But he's had a rough go. I put it in perspective for somebody today. I said there hasn't been a Superman movie that people mostly agree is really great since 9 years before Michael Keaton was Batman.
Right.
Which is it's an insane time stamp. So obviously I was looking forward to this. I was freaking out. I was like, I need to get Ken's reaction because because you don't have the skin in the game. I know obviously you're good friends with the great Mark Riley, who is like the Superman guy. I'm sure he's just been flying around the house today.
Yeah. We texted a little bit about it. Yeah.
I watched it once and I was overwhelmed.
Okay.
And then I was kind of stunned. And then I watched it a second time and 20 more times. But that second time, man, the full tears, like the Force Awakens tears, which is odd. Like I knew I was excited because James Gunn is one of my favorite filmmakers.
Hold on. On a scale of 1 to Scotty J. Rowe crying at a Star Wars trailer, what were you at?
I mean, yeah, he's the 11 on that scale. So I think
Okay.
I was probably at an 8, 9.
Perfect.
It was like the tear hits and then you kind of laugh a little bit because you're oh wow, I can still feel something.
It was like the night I lost my virginity. Yeah.
100%. It was a great year. I was trying to do the math to make a real quick joke, but I can't do that. I'm not that good with numbers on the fly, everybody. Svetnik, the John Williams on electric guitar. I mean, that is absolutely the James Gunning of it all. I love Slither. I love Super. All 3 Guardians movies, the Suicide Squad, his shows. He's somebody that speaks to my sensibilities.
Right.
And so I was mostly in it for him starting this off and sort of running it and being a filmmaker, also running creative, because as a Star Wars fan, we've had to hear shit like, why doesn't Favreau just take over? And we would have to tell
Right.
people that's not what filmmakers do. That's not that
That's
job.
not- yeah, right.
And now it is,
It is.
at least at one place.
Right.
And so I went in with all this like cultural stuff, and something about, I mean, crypto won because of my attachment to my dog. That
Sure.
got me.
I'm on
And it
board.
was the fact that like, to see Clark, who's like always accused by people that don't get it of being not relatable because he is infallible,
right,
like
right.
broken, and just reaching out to man's best friend
Bloody nose.
for help. Yeah,
Yeah.
that stuff
Yeah.
got me. But then it was the sharp contrast of grown adults yelling at Clark, and one of them throws something at the back of his head, and of course he barely even feels that because he's
Right.
invulnerable to it. But
Superman.
the abuse on him of like, go away, like, just because, you know, something's going
Right.
to go wrong, I'm sure. Contrasted with a kid in the fictional country, I think it's like of Boravia, which comes from like the 1930s comics.
Mhm.
A kid in the middle of a border dispute, which you can see on the news ticker because I've done the
Yeah.
frame by
You've
frame.
done the
on it.
breakdown. Done the
I've
red,
done the
the red
breakdown.
arrows. The red arrows pointing at you.
I've done it. You know, I'm curious if they have a plan. If this is just going to be a James Gunn movie or a Superman movie. But,
Was
you know.
Plagueis' staff in this trailer?
It was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Rachel Brosnahan will be wielding it because she's a Mary Sue. And then I was just like, that's what really made me like, just like, like overwhelmed with tears, that a kid raises the flag of Superman while the adults are already ready to turn on him. And then the chanting of his name that starts with the kid, while the John Williams theme becomes less guitar and becomes more orchestral. I was like, and especially in a Skeleton Crew week that also had kids on the front line,
right?
Especially with everything in the world, I was like, this right here. It's coming out in July, not on 4th of July, but right after. Like, we're here. I'm gonna be there at whatever Burbank AMC, because I'm not seeing it here. I need to see it with movie people. I am. Not seeing it here.
You need to fly out to LA and see this with Dickie Kumar.
Absolutely.
I'll go with you guys.
Which is like huge.
Well,
For you to say I will leave the house and for a film?
I don't go to movies.
That's crazy.
My God. But I'll go with you guys, mostly for Nikki, but I'll go.
Here's the plan. We get up. We go pick you up. We go for lunch. We get the cheese bread from Smokehouse. Then we sit around at Smokehouse. And then you're gonna be happy and pacified because of the cheese bread.
Oh, right, sure.
And then we'll bring you over to the theater, and you're going to see all these blue shirts with the Superman shield and all these nerds talking about details. And you're going to be like, Alden, I don't want to be here. I don't like nerds. And I'm going to be like, Ken, I got some bread to go. And you're going to be like, okay, I'm happy again.
We're bringing bread to the theater?
Can we get the bread to go?
Yeah. I've had 2 loaves at this house.
Yes. Yeah, we should absolutely bring the bread to the theater.
Okay. I love this. We're in, baby. I'm in.
That's the plan. So what?
Okay.
So for you, before, I know you're trying to wrap up your show, but for you have a more removed thing from superheroes in general. It's like you like them, but you can move on pretty easily.
Move on.
It's not like Star Wars. So how do you feel? Are you like, I love Lois Lane, I love the dog, I love this?
Yeah, Rachel. What's Brosnan? Yeah, I didn't watch Miss Maisel. Yeah, but she's good. Love the dog. Yeah, I thought it had the look, the feel, the vibe, and what I liked about the dog. I was talking about this with Joe Starr this morning, because Joe Starr and I had breakfast, and we were joking about, oh dear God, I'm so glad I don't have to break this down on some panel show tonight. So here I am breaking it down. That he is bruised and he's battered and he's beaten and he's bloody and he's face down in the snow, and that's dare I say, Alden, it's dark and gritty. And then he whistles, and I'm like, I don't know anything, right? I'm like, what the hell is Superman whistling for? And then I see the snow, and I'm like, what, a snowplow? Like, what's going on? And then a dog shows up, and I'm like, oh, that's right. There's something called Crypto the dog. And I was like, I'm in. And I don't think Gunn did that to piss off bros, because that's like saying JJ made 9 to
100%
capitulate to that didn't happen.
100%
did not happen. But I was like, I'm here for that vibe because I like Guardians, right?
Yeah.
I like what he puts down. You know, I don't know much more other than that. His work outside of that, I know he may. You know, I'm glad he and Jenna Fisher broke each other. Okay, I'm all right. But I thought the vibe was great, and it had the gravitas and the poignancy
Mm,
that you'd want from Superman.
yeah,
But it's a comic. You know what I mean?
100%.
It's got to have something else to it, and then I will, Superman, any superhero, comes from a real big social justice point.
Mm-hmm.
Born out of the 1930s, born out of and we are living in those times all over
Yeah.
again.
Two young Jewish guys that created this character, and someone said it really well today on Blue Sky. It was Superman is not a power fantasy; he's an altruism fantasy. The power is the baseline of his conceit.
Yes.
The fantasy is, what if somebody that could do all this was not in it for himself? And
instead
right now,
let's take down billionaires and all this stuff. So
yes,
I think it's timely. I'm there for that. I'm there for art, speaking to and fighting for the right things and social issues and political things of the world and all that good stuff. So I loved it. Yeah, so I'm on board. So there's my hot take.
Hell
Clip
yeah.
it out and put it on movie talk. Yeah.
My last thing that I'll just to note on what you said about the look and the crypto and everything and like the Zack Snyder of it all. I want to pledge right here in front of all Blathering viewers, and you hold me accountable. I am going to do my damnedest to not go on a victory lap from now through the end of next July in a this is what it should be way. Because oh boy, it's like you feel it well, like after like this whole era, and it's no shade to Henry Cavill, who's a lovely actor, but it's like the darkness and the put upon and the Christ allegory, even though he's not Jesus, the just everything about that take, it has the right to exist undeniably, but it's just like I think Gunn is, like you said, in the way that JJ and Ryan are not fighting, that people wanted to make it out that way. I doubt Gunn, who by the way has worked with Zach directed the Dawn of the Dead remake that James wrote, so it's like they're buddies, I'm sure. I don't think Gunn is like reacting, but I can't help but feel that the cultural circumstances have caused a reaction anyway. In the sense of like, I don't need Batman to look this way, but I do need some things to look this way.
Yeah.
And I think that like, when Andor season 2 comes out after Skeleton Crew, we're going to have that feeling of like, oh, we're back here now. But then when Mando and Grogu comes out, I don't want it to feel that way.
Yeah,
it needs to go back and forth. Yeah.
Andor 2 is going to be perfectly timed post January 20th. So yeah. All right. Well, there you heard it here, folks. Live reaction from Alden Diaz, unplanned Superman, the trailer. Final question to you here. Then I gotta let you go, Alden, because I gotta figure out something to do for dinner.
You're gonna go to the gas station. We established that.
Does Crypto the dog talk?
Crypto the dog has talked in his own stories on occasion. Sometimes he's the protagonist.
Is he like Pizza the dog from Hawkeye?
That's a good way to think about it. Like, he's never going to speak to Clark. At least maybe in the Silver Age comics, the 60s and 70s. Shit got weird. I'm sure it has happened. But generally, there are all ages crypto animated series and things like that where he talks because it's for kids. But here, he has the powers of Clark, or at least most of them. But he is a dog. And James Gunn,
he's a dog,
who's big into like animal rescues and stuff.
Right.
He has a dog in real life named Ozu, who has the same ear that he gave Crypto. He was a feral rescue that wouldn't let people touch him and everything while James was writing the script. And then the dog started to warm up to James and his now wife and their friends. And then he was like, oh shit, I need to put that Crypto should be a rescue. So that's the take that we're going to get in this movie.
I think that's the only thing that the trailer needed was the dog walks up and goes, "Hey, Clark," and that's all I want out of that. Okay, that's.
Are you who reps you for voiceover? Maybe there's still time. There's still time.
Literally, was told by one of my friends in voiceover. Yeah, probably not for you.
Wow. Wow.
All right, Alden. Thanks for calling in, buddy. Hey, travel safe tomorrow. No anytime tomorrow because Alden is traveling and I actually traveling too. Going to sell some Funko Pops tomorrow to a friend of great import. Thank you, buddy. I'll talk to you. All right. Alden Diaz, everybody. Check out our show anytime with Ken and Alden. The audio version is on the Knapsack Network podcast feed. I think we're going to get on out of here. Happy holidays. Oh, Jared is in chat. Hey, Jared the Thai Pilot. Top of the show. Go back and watch it. We poured one out for your grandpa, Raymond. And our love and care and concern and thoughts and all those good things are with all of you and your family during this time. Holidays, that's maybe one of the things we all should cherish. Family when you need it, pull them close. And that includes our family here. I'll see you. Bye. Don't forget, January 10th, I'll be performing a live headlining show with Joseph Scrimshaw, Winston A. Marshall, Karen Haber, a Comedy Store original, Lisa Phillips, and Lisa Gottman, one of my favorite comics of all time, in Burbank, January 10th, 7:30 p.m. You have a room. Ticket information on my website. That's it. That's the Blathering. Happy holidays. See you next week or next time. Bye.